Why did nobody else get off the train? Ah, hey there, good morning. How's it going? Today is Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Currently 41 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 5 degrees Celsius and raining. This is one of the reasons why I am leaving Spain. Not so much because of the cold, but because of the rain. Although where I'm headed next was part of the plan anyways. Okay, there is more to explain, but we have a taxi sitting here, which I am going to try to grab and get over to the train station, then a train back to Madrid. Alright, that was a real relief to find that taxi waiting there, because that was kind of the one wild card for the day of there's no Uber working here, and because of where my room was in the old town in the pedestrian walking area, then couldn't order a taxi to come there, so it was a matter of walking out there hoping that one was ready to go fairly soon. So I'm now at the train station, and it is currently 11 o'clock in the morning, and there is my train heading towards Valencia, but that is not where I'm going. I'm going back to Madrid, and then from the Chamartin train station there, I will catch another train out to the airport. Flight at around 3:30 this afternoon. That flight is going to another city in Europe, so I'm not leaving Europe today. But tomorrow I then have a direct flight from the city that I'm going to today to somewhere outside of Europe. So I'm going to keep it a secret for now of where I'm going tomorrow and which city I'm going to today, but you will be finding out in the course of this video. So now I have just enough time to get a little something to eat and then catch that train. It is just a 30-minute train ride, high-speed train ride. I forget how much it was. I'll tell you later. All right, got something to munch on the train. It'll be here in a few minutes. Looks like a few minutes more. Delayed until 11:39. And here we go. Nice. Going to try to get an upper seat. This train is going to Valencia, one of my favorite Spanish cities. Although Segovia has also become one of my all-time favorites. Ooh, nice and warm in here. And so this is Madrid Chamartín train station. I now need to get out to the Madrid International Airport. So we'll take another train out there. I really wanted to go to Toledo, which is an hour away from Madrid. Looks like another amazing Spanish city, but considering this weather, I think I made the right choice to head somewhere sunnier and warmer. It is going to be somewhere quite different. And so it is my 98th country. So this is going to be a brand new place on a different continent. Aeropuerto, 5 minutes, number 11. But I don't have a ticket for that yet. Okay, so I didn't go through any sort of checkpoint or whatever, so maybe I can just get on it here. I have my old ticket, so I could always show that and plead ignorance. Okay, 11, 10, 11, Aeropuerto. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to make it, and hopefully I'm not going to get any problems as far as the ticket. We'll find out. So I have these two tickets. It says Transport Madrid. This one I use for the metro. This one I use for the train from the airport into the city. That was like a week ago. I am assuming there's nothing on either of these cards, but I don't know. So I likely won't be asked for a ticket on the train here, but when I go to leave, there will probably be a checkpoint where you have to scan your card, and then it's probably not going to work. So I'm hoping then I just pay the ticket. Okay, I'm confused. Why did nobody else get off the train? So I confirmed it by that. I'm very close. It's probably like the next stop. I have no idea how long the next train will be coming. Fortunately, I have plenty of time. This is why you want to always make sure and give yourself extra time getting to the airports. Okay, so there's a sign up there. Yeah, that's really confusing because that's like more visible. That like blends in with the other red. Ay, ay, ay. So it's 12:33. My flight leaves at 3:25, so I have almost 3 hours left. But the question is, how often do these airport trains run? It could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and the sign doesn't seem to be working. So I think that I'm going to go up the escalator here, and maybe I can then put money on the card or buy a ticket or whatever, and then be fully legit. Ay, 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 ay. So this is what I'm obviously going to encounter when I get to the airport eventually. But the ticket machines are outside of that, and I don't want to bother dealing with taking my chances of going out. I found the machines to be very confusing, trying to buy the ticket from the airport when I came here. So yeah, just gonna deal with that when I get there. Ay, ay, ay. You never know what complications are going to come up in the course of traveling. So the sign is on now. Looks like 9 minutes until the next train, so no biggie. So this is weird. It said 5 minutes a minute ago, and now it says in 1 minute. And then there's this sign that says Proximo train Effectua Parada en Tensión train corto. So I looked up what corto means, and it means short. So not sure what that message is supposed to be. We'll see what happens. All right, here comes a train. Hopefully the right one. Yeah, it's slowing down, and I can see it says Aeropuerto T4. Okay, back on the train. This feels better. Okay, Aeropuerto T4. Terminal 4, and that is my terminal. So, it is a relief to get to the airport, but now I've got the ticket situation to deal with. These tickets definitely are not going to work. Posible? No. This one, no.
No, ese no vale. ¿De dónde vienes?
Segovia.
Segovia.
All right, well, that was all some extra stress I didn't exactly need, but it all worked out. So she had me wait for a couple of minutes because more people were coming in, and then some other people had the same issue, so we all stood aside, because it's not like I went through one of the checkpoint things, you know, without a ticket. There wasn't one of those. And so a guy from the ticket counter came over and then took us there, and then we paid what we needed to pay. It was only €3.60, so $4. So everything worked out. All right. Now, time for me to get checked in. And all checked in and through security. It is currently 1:40, and my flight leaves at 3:40, so I got 2 hours to kill here. I think it's time for a drink. So this flight is an hour, and it cost $175. and then I will be staying in that city for the night. I need to book my hotel room now. Got some water and some wine. Viña Sol. So it is currently 3:12. My flight departs at 3:40, but it is saying gate info at 3:20. I just find this to be very bizarre that they don't reveal your gate until 20 minutes before departure time. So waiting to find out. Okay, so right after that, then they revealed the gate. It is in the K section, which is 8 minutes away. That is just so weird that they tell you last minute and then you have a long walk to get to it. Just bizarre. All right, made it, and they're already boarding. I do not get them waiting so long to reveal the boarding gate. Oh well, made it. All right, here we go. See you on the other side in another European city. Buen viaje. And this is Lisbon, Portugal, airport. Currently 4:45 p.m. So I was going to wait and reveal where I was after I got into town, but, or city I should say, of course, largest city and capital of Portugal, but considering the weather, then not in the mood for dealing with getting in there somehow and then walking around in the rain. And besides, I'm a little tired out and I have a video to edit. So I reserved a hotel right near the airport so that I could just walk to it. Splurged a little bit, kind of expensive, but it'll be nice to not have to deal with taxi, Uber, whatever. So, time for me to figure out where exactly that is, and hopefully I can in fact just walk to it and it isn't a misunderstanding or whatever, which has happened in the past, booking a hotel right next to the airport, like in London, and then it was on the back side of the airport, and it was an expensive taxi ride to get there, but this one it said 3-minute walk. And there it is, straight ahead, Hotel Star Inn. So a few minutes walk in the rain. So as you can see, a very gray, drizzly day out there, and starting to get dark fairly soon, so just not much point of going into Lisbon and trying to show anything there. I've been to Lisbon a number of times and made lots of videos there. I was hoping to include some actual, you know, more travel-y sort of stuff rather than just train stations and airports, but that's the way that it turned out for this one. So a nice, small, clean, very new-looking room with Marilyn and James for the not-so-low price of 128 bucks. But that is a real relief to not have to deal with a taxi in the morning. As I mentioned this morning, that was kind of the one little stressor, was wondering if I was going to have a situation waiting around or whatever, end up having to call a taxi or whatever to get to the train station. So that was a really simple little walk. It was like 3 or 4 minutes. So it is now 5:10 or something. Yep, 5:10. But Portugal is an hour earlier than Spain, and so that means that it's 6:10 in Spain, and so getting very close to dinner time. But I'm going to relax here for a little bit and then head out, and I can go to the restaurant here. They're having a buffet for 24 euros, or there's another hotel next door and get things a la carte, or go back to the airport and deal with that and see what's there. Maybe I'll look on my phone and see what's available in the airport. But anyways, this is pretty much going to be the end of the video, unless something exciting happens in the next few hours, but that is highly unlikely. So I'm going to give a hint of where I am going tomorrow. Now, the first hint is, of course, flying out of Lisbon, a direct flight from Lisbon, about 4 hours, and green. So I'll be curious to see if any of you get that. Now, one place comes to mind that people might guess, but it's not that place. But feel free to guess. So anyways, it all will be revealed tomorrow. It's going to be somewhere a bit different. All right, see ya.